What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out some awesome battles submitted to the channel by a member of the community, Baj 2018. This battler hits legend with Medicham, Noctowl, and Diggersby. So huge congrats on hitting legend. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, getting into the first battle, we have Medicham on the lead versus Galarian Stunfisk. Pretty positive lead right here for them. We do see a swap out into a Medicham, so the Noctowl is going to come in right away. Obviously, a really nice matchup here, but the tough thing with Noctowl, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It has that normal type added to it, which is rough here against fighters because counter is actually doing a decent amount of damage, but it's great against ghost type Pokemon, maybe like Sableye or Trevenant, so you can resist those Shadow Claws. So they do decide to shield right here. Sadly, it was just a power-up punch, but they do have two Sky Attacks loaded. So if they can throw both of these, they can either maintain switch advantage or get two shields from the opponent. Let's see what they decide to do. And they do decide to go for the second Sky Attack right here. But will the Medicham shield? They have a decent amount of energy. And let's see if they decide to farm down. Yeah, they do get two shields. So they will lose switch advantage. But honestly, that is okay in this situation. Knowing that you have Diggersby in the back with Earthquake for Galarian Stunfisk, things are still looking pretty good. So they're going to go ahead, let the power-up punch go through. I'm surprised that wasn't a Psychic, but they will go for Ice Punch now to try to finish off the Medicham. But honestly, I don't think this is going to do enough damage. Barely not enough right there. They do counter down though, so that is actually perfect. We do see a Tropius come in, so this is actually really good for them as Ice Punch is going to be doing super effective damage. And again, they still have Diggersby for the Galarian Stunfisk. That Ice Punch is so deadly. That was a lot of damage right there. They're going to go ahead and shield up, looking to land one more Ice Punch. And let's see if the opponent decides to try to swap out to catch the charge move. Yep, they did decide to swap right there, and here comes the Diggersby to close this game out because Earthquake is going to be doing super effective damage in this matchup. So Diggersby, really tanky Pokemon, commonly not used. As you can see, that's what the Earthquake does to Diggersby, and it's honestly not that much. But here comes an Earthquake, maybe for the first boom of this video. Do we get it? No, barely almost did in one shot right there. They can overload on energy and just get to two fire punches right here. One for Galarian Stunfisk and one for Tropius. And they still have an Ice Punch on Medicham as well. So they're just going to go ahead and farm down. And that is going to be a good game, very well played, as the opponent decides to surrender right there. Alright, moving into game two, we have Medicham on the lead versus Obstagoon. Oh, really positive lead right here for them, so we will see a swap out right away into Swampert. So they really don't have the best answer for this matchup other than Noctowl if Swampert is lower on health, which is I think what they're going for right here with this Ice Punch. They get a shield so that Noctowl is going to go ahead and come in right away. Now, in order for Swampert to take out Noctowl, it's going to have to land 3 Hydro Cannons. It's already nearly at 2, so we're going to see back-to-back right here, but thankfully Noctowl can survive this and can go for a Sky Attack to threaten that second shield once again. So let's see if they do get it right here. They're gonna have to throw it. They're deciding to go for the Shadow Ball instead. It's just gonna do just that extra bit of damage that might be enough to take it out, and it does take out the Swampert, so that is perfect. A Sky Attack right there would have left Swampert at like 1 HP in a dream. Now Obstagoon comes in, so they might be able to get to the Sky Attack in time, chunking that little bit of extra health, and thankfully they were able to maintain switch advantage still right here, which means the Medicham can line up to it. Still having 2 shields as well. Things are looking very good. No reason to shield right here. This Night Slash isn't going to do too much damage. They decide, okay, maybe they have Gunk Shot or Obstruct, but we do see an Azumarill come in. So this is kind of one of those tough situations where both Pokemon are kind of weak to Azumarill, right? Ice Beam or Hydro Pump there on the Diggersby, the Play Rough here on Medicham. But your best bet is with charge moves, and having 2-0 right now is going to put Diggersby in a really good situation to just go straight for Earthquakes right here to get rid of the Azumarill, as Ice Beam is not going to be enough to one-shot. And most Azumarills nowadays either run with Play Rough and Hydro Pump or Play Rough and Ice Beam. There is no Ice Beam Hydro Pump really in the meta because there's no Ice Beam and Hydro Pump in the meta because you need Play Rough for those Dark-type Pokemon and fighters that we see all the time. So there's one Earthquake. I don't think they'll be able to get to 2. It's going to be extremely close. They decided to go for the Fire Punch right here, as they did go 2 shield, or decided to no shield both Ice Beams right there. But Medicham should be able to close this game out. It just needs to land one Psychic. It can safely double shield right here. As we do know, the Obstagoon is probably running with Obstruct. If it had Night Slash, it would have thrown it. So they're going to go ahead and shield that Ice Beam. Psychic almost ready to go. We see the opponent swap out, but it gets hard countered down, and it can just go ahead and go for Psychic to close this game out. Opponent decides to surrender. Good game. Very well played. All right, moving to the next one. We have Medicham on the lead versus Shadow Swampert. Okay, so pretty decent lead right here, as counter is just going to do that much more damage. And the damage coming out from Swampert is really going to be with the charge move. So even though it is a Shadow Swampert, that 20% damage can just be, that 20% added damage can be just be shielded right here. And they will be able to do a lot with counter. So here comes the first Ice Punch. Will we see the Swampert shield? Yeah, they do give up a shield right there. Still a good situation here for Medicham. If they want to go ahead and fully counter down, are they going to let one Hydro Cannon through? Yeah, they're going to go ahead and let one through. It still does an incredible amount of damage, but they do get to this Ice Punch now. I don't think this is going to force the second shield here from Swampert. Okay, it did. All right, Swampert really wants that switch advantage as it does get to the third Hydro Cannon, and they're going to go ahead and let it go. They can come in with Knockdown and load up on energy. If there's something in the back that is maybe a Galarian Stunfisk or a Bastiodon, there is still the Diggersby to be able to handle it, and they can still let this Hydro Cannon go through. It's going to hurt, but honestly, saving that shield for the unknown in the back is probably going to be the best call. So let's see what decides to come in. It's going to be Skarmory, and it's going to be Sableye. Okay, so Diggersby should be able to close this game out, as Earthquake is going to be doing a lot of neutral damage. And like we said earlier, with the normal typing there on Noctowl about Shadow Claws, the same thing applies here to Diggersby because it is normal ground. So it's going to be resisting Shadow Claw, and they only really need to watch out for Return and Brave Bird. They're going to go ahead and shield, and unfortunately that was a foul play. But they should be able to still take out this Sableye with the Fire Punch, and maybe like 1 or 2 Mud Shots I think would be enough damage. Yeah, extremely low. 1, 2. Nope, they do get to another charge move here. Is this going to be the return, though? No, it's just going to be another foul play, so able to hang on and farm down. Now, they have Fire Punch here for Skarmory, which is going to be doing super effective damage, and that looks to be a Steel Wing Skarmory, which is unfortunate for the opponent because they might have not TM'd it away from the Flying Cup. It should be Air Slash, especially in the open meta. Steel Wing, I mean, you got to have that Air Slash for all the grass and the fighting type Pokemon we see everywhere, or just some of those neutral matchups, whereas Steel Wing really doesn't give you the energy gain. While it still does well against the fairies, it's just not enough. But they do swap into Noctowl now to go for the Shadow Ball to take out the Skarmory, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Alright, moving into the next battle here, we have Medicham on the lead versus Mawile. Okay, interesting. We'll have to see what moveset this Mawile has, but they're swapping out right away into Nidoqueen, and the Diggersby is going to come in and lock that down. Resisting those poison jabs is huge. They really just need to watch out for the potential Earth Power or Earthquake. Let's see what the Nidoqueen's going to go ahead and throw here. It is going to be the Earth Power, but doesn't do too much damage. And they're going to go for the Shield Bait here with Fire Punch. Now, if Nidoqueen lets this go through, Diggersby is going to be very far behind, but they do get a shield. That's huge for them now in this situation, as they can go for the Earthquake. They're going to go ahead and probably let this next one go through. It is going to be the Poison Fang. That was a bit quick, but that debuff now is going to start stacking. So Nidoqueen could potentially flip this matchup now if they want to invest the second shield right here. Let's see if they decide to. Yeah, they do. They want to flip this matchup very much. Can they get to the Earthquake in time? The Diggersby hangs on and gets to the Earthquake. This is going to be one-shotting the Nidoqueen. Boom! It goes down. And then we will see probably Mawile come back. Nope, the opponent, there's so many surrenders today. All right. Moving into the next one, we have Medicham on the lead versus Galarian Stunfisk again. So once again, really positive matchup. We will see a swap out into Medicham right away. Is this the same battle? We'll have to see. This might be the same battle. Oh no, did I put 2 back to back? Nope, this is just going to be Ice Punch. I think last time they went for Psychic and then Power Up Punch. So this is definitely a different matchup. Similar to Game 1 though still, so let's see how this one plays out. They're going to go ahead and go for that Sky Attack, and the Medicham decides to let it go. Yeah, it is completely different matchup right here. We're going to go ahead and see the shield come up, as Noctowl wants to maintain switch advantage now that it did land that Sky Attack, as they can farm down. Now what's cool about the Noctowl here is it does have access to Shadow Ball now, which can do neutral to Galarian Stunfisk, which is obvious obviously very needed in these kind of situations where Galarian Stunfisk is likely going to be farming down with Mudshot, or at least attempt to. So those Shadow Balls really start to add up. So here comes the second one now, and this is where things get very dangerous for Galarian Stunfisk. Do you still commit? Because one more charge move, no, they have to throw. But look at that. That knockdown now with Shadow Ball was able to get Galarian Stunfisk into the red, under 20% HP, as Medicham can now come in and just fully counter down. No need to shield right here, even if it is an Earthquake, which it is. Still does a decent amount of damage, but that final Pokemon is going to be a Venusaur. So this is actually going to be a very tough situation for them, because the Diggersby in the back is also weak to grass. So this might actually be a loss. A Venusaur with 2 shield core breaks the Medicham and Diggersby combo. They're going to have to trust in Diggersby to close this game out, but my goodness, I don't think there's much they can do. That's a Venusaur with an energy and a shield still left, and Fire Punch does not one-shot, but Frenzy Plant, 2 Frenzy Plants in this Diggersby is gone, maybe even 1 in Vine Whips. So the Frenzy Plant does, yeah, 1 in Vine Whips is going to be enough. As you guys can see, there is no way, sadly, for Diggersby to be able to win this one. Which is unfortunate. Venusaur, if you're looking at this this team right here and you can't run it, maybe build around a Venusaur team which can core break this, as long as you get rid of the knockdown. So that Frenzy Plant will take out the Diggersby, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. But a really strong set right there. I believe they said they went 22-3 with this team in order to hit Legend. So huge congrats to Bosch 2018 for hitting Legend with Medicham, Knockdown, and Diggersby. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.